Hey, this is a follow-up video on the Kobalt 12-inch miter saw. As you can see, this is brand new in the box, and you'll also notice my old one is no longer in my shop. So I'm going to talk about why I have a brand new one and why I'm a big fan of the Kobalt brand. Check it out. So long story short is I was making a bevel cut with the 12-inch miter saw, and I didn't adjust the guard. So this is the guard piece that is in the side of the saw here to protect things. It's a fence that keeps the wood flat and not going to run off anywhere. I hadn't used the saw in a while, been kind of busy with work, but I beveled the saw and just started cutting and didn't remove this guard. So the saw ran right into this metal piece. It's aluminum, so it's not very strong, and the blade was able to handle it. You can probably notice it chipped off the nose there completely. So luckily there's no injuries or anything. Definitely scary. The blade did pop out and wobble. I quickly let go of it, and I still have all my fingers, so I'm thankful for that. It cut into the throat plate there, which is cheap plastic, doesn't really matter. It cut into this guard, doesn't really matter. The most damage was done to this Diablo saw blade, and I'm not sure if it happened in that moment or not, but there's a tooth completely missing. The actual blade on the tooth is completely off, and then there's a couple actually that are just bent. So this blade is trash because it no longer cuts straight. I did do a test cut afterwards, and sure enough, it does not cut straight at all. And so quick fix, we just need to replace the blade. So I go to replace the blade, and the arbor bolt, the bolt that holds the blade on, is a hex bolt. I don't know if that's the right name or not. It's a hex bolt. I loosened it. There's a button you have to push down to lock the blade. It was kind of wobbly. I wasn't using the right size hex key, and it started to strip it. So I'm a little nervous. I get it out, get the new blade, the old blade back in that it came with, just to make sure there was no issue with the actual alignment of the saw. And that's when I realized there is a tool that comes with the Kobalt saw that's on the back of it. So make sure you use the tool that comes with it to replace the blade when you're replacing it. So I wound up stripping the arbor bolt. I called Kobalt customer support and quickly got in touch with someone. Surprisingly, they were really nice. I just wanted a replacement for that arbor bolt. They said that's not a replaceable part, unfortunately. So they gave me some kind of return code. They said just bring the whole saw back in and Lowe's will give you a brand new one. So here we are. Seems silly to me. That's probably a 50-cent bolt, maybe $1 bolt, but it's not one of the replaceable parts. I purchased this saw, the original saw, about 1.5 years ago. It was one of the first purchases in my shop and has been really good to me, and I really enjoy the saw. I'm thankful that that was the case. At the time, it was a $300 saw. Now it's a $350 saw, and they did an even exchange. So didn't have to pay any extra, even though the price of the saw has gone up. So really thankful. So what I learned is call customer support for Kobalt. They're great. Definitely lean into the guarantee that Kobalt provides. Definitely remove this fence when you're doing a miter cut. Definitely use the tool that comes with the saw to change the blade. Hopefully this helps someone. Big fan of Kobalt. Thank you so much. Happily going to continue using your products, and thankful that I have all my fingers. God bless, and thank you for watching.